Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Salt Lake City Flyers and our home team. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for the visitors, Salt Lake City, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 23 carries, 67 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Flyers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Back to throw here. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. This is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And a quick throw here that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple of easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Right back to him on first down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 1 yard is the gain, and it'll give the Bengals a first down.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is indeed good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And what a big-time play there. 47 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 45-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Bengals getting set to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going up top. That's caught at the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here down there and making that decision.
You don't have to make those decisions. Either way, with time left on the clock here in the second quarter, we'll see how this all plays out. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And this one is right down Broadway. And with it, they have taken the lead.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. The Chargers get a much-needed win there to start the second half as they move back.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses, it's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
In man coverage, your #1 cardinal rule, don't get beat deep. And that's why the
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking sideline, incomplete. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will push the lead up to 5. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He's got a man, complete. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
The teams practice their plays during the week. They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day, so it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a give up the middle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They run a draw here on second down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Out of the gun now on third down. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll look to throw again. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And that is incomplete here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And on now is the punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bengals set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Illegal blocking the offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 1:40 remaining. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And a quick throw here, that's complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On second down, they'll run it here. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 30. 10, 5. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Well, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping them just a field goal? That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the home team here, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.